Hello fam, welcome back to our channel. Insecurity in Nigeria now is now a thing that requires fasting and prayer and practical and defending as it is now. But in Southwest it has been one issue or the other where someone being caught now is almost the one that is being pitied is actually the one that Mercy is locating as against the ones who actually should be victims and not the ones being haunted. I don't even understand how this whole thing is playing out. But right now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have decided to throw a message, not just throwing a message, he has decided to share an information. But before we go to the news proper to find out what it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying concerning security in Biafra land, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, according to Kanu, the Nigerian government is not only pampering Fulani terrorists who are on rampage killing innocent people, but also are aiding and abating them with its silence in their criminality. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says. Well, let's continue. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has vowed that the group will defend all territories, all the territories of the southeast and other states where Igbo people reside in Nigeria at all costs. At all costs. During his live broadcast being monitored, according to Nnamdi Kanu, the Nigerian government is not only pampering Fulani terrorists who are on rampage killing innocent people, but also aiding and abating them with its silence on their criminality. He, however, asserted that the IPOB, that's the indigenous people of Biafra, through its Eastern Security Network, that's ESN, will not succumb to the threat of the Nigerian government and the Fulani killers. We will drive the Fulani killers away from Biafra land. What happened? What's happening in Yoruba land cannot happen in Biafra land. Anywhere we confront Fulani bandits, we shall fight them head on. We know they are in the police and they are also in the army, Kanu said. I don't know, are they in the army? Let's continue anyway. General T.Y. Danjuma himself testified before the British Parliament that the army of Nigeria and police are colliding, are working together in the conquest of the indigenous populations in Nigeria. And we are not an exception in the terrible and sinister conspiracy. Let's continue. The police in our land are terrorists in uniform. The army we have in Biafra are basically terrorists. They are there to support the Fulani government, but we will resist them. Speaking about the expansion of ESN, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that the security outfit was now present in Benue and Cross River states. That means they're expanding. He faulted the Nigerian government for carving Igbo people into some states outside the southeast, adding that ESN would be available to protect Igbo residents geographically settled in other states. A few days ago, I said we embedded the northern command of Biafra. Benue is the northern Biafra land. If you don't want us to be in Benue, go to Abuja and appeal to them to carve back Igbo people in Benue to Ebonyi, where they should belong, or Enugu state, as the case may be. We are in Benue state and we are in Cross River state as well. One thing about Nigeria is that they tend to defend the aggressors. It is in the DNA of Nigeria to always support evil. The land of Biafra must be defended at all costs. It is the land of God. Wow. Okay, but let's quickly look at this critically. All right, you have heard what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. In fact, there have been series of videos that have actually been uploaded by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu over what is happening in Enugu, areas where the ESN have actually been giving warning to those who have been giving out information about their hideout and their activities and sending them out to, according to them, Sabo, and they're actually warning them to disease or else to be coming out for them. But looking at what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said, he said, I'll pick some of the highlights of his news, or highlight of his points. He said, to start with, that there are people, because I during the last video, okay, we talked about ESN, Benue State, and the security issues in Benue. A lot of persons corrected some of the things I said, but he's saying something now, which was what was said at the beginning. I don't know why some persons were saying opposite of what he said. He said that there are people who are from the Igbo origin from the beginning that have found their way in Benue State by virtue of division of state. He now said that because he has made a vow that ESN is made to protect Biafra land, and especially those Biafra land, especially Igbos that have found themselves in some of these places by virtue of state creation, that's like Benue. He made mention of Benue. He said Benue have uh, Igbos living in there that were crafted out of Igbo land into Benue, a community. They said, look, if they don't want ESN there, that they should all proceed to Abuja, and he says that the Igbo community in Benue should be returned either back to Ebonyi State, or should be returned back to Enugu. The either which we said. On that note, other than that, ESN will protect any place that the Ndibos are found, or that have originally been old eastern region before it was carved out into other regions. Now he made mention, he said all the things. He now made mention of what is happening in southwest, where he said all those things that is happening in southwest, that it will definitely not happen in Biafra land, meaning it will not happen in those places that be marked as old eastern region. Now, very quickly, a lot of persons have been saying, why make it public? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself is the one making it public. Okay? He's making it public because he created ESN himself. So from time to time, he gives information out to the public, okay, to let a lot of persons that be following ESN, that be following IPOB, that be following Biafra actualization, Biafra agitation, to know that ESN are not dead, they're not buried, they're still having underground activities. So he keeps giving out that information. He gives out the information. Now he's not saying that that's the truth. He's saying that the way situations are, which we are all saying, that look, at a time like this, you need to have what we call your own security that may not hamper the general security of all. Now, looking at what ESN is doing and what OPC, Amotekun, and Agbekoya's local vigilante, all of these are doing, and if you watch what ESN is doing, is different from what OPC, Olode, Amotekun, and the rest are doing. When Amotekun and the rest get the bandits, they hand them over to the police. That is the opposite for ESN. Let's visit that comment.